Summer break is one of the hardest seasons on relationships, and most couples don't even realize it until they're already fighting more. Because summer is sold to us as this magical time of connection, freedom, vacations, and family memories. But in reality, for many couples, it creates more stress, more logistics, more overstimulation, and more resentment than almost any other time of the year. And honestly, I think a lot of couples end up believing something is wrong with their relationship when what's actually happening is that the entire structure that's holding their family together quietly disappears overnight. Hi, I'm Catherine O'Brien. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist in Sacramento, California, and I work with couples and parents every day who really love each other deeply, but suddenly find themselves shorter with each other, more reactive, more disconnected, and just fighting over things that seem small during their summer break. And what makes this harder is that many parents also feel pressure to make summer feel magical for their kids. The trips, the camps, the memories, the social media version of summer. But behind the scenes, someone is coordinating schedules, trying to cover childcare gaps, managing finances, rearranging work schedules, handling meals, navigating boredom, right? Overstimulation, and trying to hold everything together emotionally. And when couples don't talk about that openly, I see resentment build fast, because underneath many summer arguments is not actually you forgot to sign up for camp or why didn't you help more. It's I feel alone, I feel overwhelmed, I feel like I'm caring more, I feel pressure to make everyone happy, I miss us, I'm exhausted. And I really want parents to hear this. Just because summer feels harder does not mean there is something inherently wrong. In many ways, summer just exposes the parts of family life that the school year structure has quietly supported us all along. And during the school year, there's often more predictability, there's more routine, there's more built-in structure, there's more clearly defined roles. Then summer hits and suddenly every week is different. One kid has camp, one doesn't. Somebody needs to leave work early. Someone forgot the sunscreen. Vacation planning becomes another job. Kids are home more. There's less alone time. There's more noise. There's more decision fatigue. And then couples suddenly have to co-create structure together instead of relying on this external structure school has been providing. And I've seen this dynamic in my therapy office for years. One partner often becomes the default parent carrying the invisible mental load, researching the camps, planning schedules, thinking ahead, and making sure everyone has what they need and trying to create memories. Meanwhile, the other parent may genuinely feel that they're helping, but the first partner still feels emotionally responsible for holding the whole summer together. And then couples start fighting about things that are actually symptoms of burnout, actually. Honestly, I've had to work on this in my own marriage too, because my schedule has historically been the more flexible one since I own my own business. So I often naturally become the one adjusting my hours, coordinating schedules, and trying to make everything work. And if I'm honest, when my kids were younger, I also held on to a lot of the control. I thought, if I don't manage this, things are going to fall apart. If it's not done my way, it's not going to work. But over time, what I realized something really important is sometimes control and resentment are deeply connected. Because when we micromanage everything, we often unintentionally communicate, I don't trust you to carry this with me. And then we become exhausted from carrying it alone. So one of the healthiest shifts in our relationship happened when I started letting go of needing things done exactly my way and allowed my husband to take on more responsibility fully. Not perfectly, just differently. And that was uncomfortable for me at first. But what I learned is that different does not mean it's wrong. And honestly, the pressure on me decreased tremendously. And that's such an important relationship lesson, because couples don't need perfect teamwork during summer. They need flexible teamwork. So let's talk about a few things that actually help. First, stop trying to make every moment magical. I really mean that. I think parents today are carrying enormous pressure to create core memories constantly, but some of the best childhood memories are ordinary. They're popsicles outside, movie nights, lazy mornings, water balloons, inside jokes, just being together. Kids do not need a professionally curated summer childhood. And when parents choose perfection, they often lose that connection. Second, have expectation conversations early, not when you're already resentful. Talk about who's handling the camps, who's adjusting their work schedules, what happens during childcare gaps, what does each person need for downtime, and how much are we realistically spending this summer? A lot of summer conflict comes from unspoken expectations. And third, watch for the default parent dynamic. One of the biggest resentment patterns I see is when one parent becomes the manager of the family while the other becomes the helper, and helpers wait to be asked. Managers carry the mental load all day long. And many couples don't even realize this dynamic is happening until one person completely burns out. And fourth, build in recovery time. Not every weekend needs to be packed. Not every day needs an activity. Many families are overstimulated, overscheduled, and emotionally fried by midsummer. So sometimes what your family actually needs is rest. And fifth, allow your partner to do things differently. This one can be hard, especially if you're anxious, overwhelmed, or used to be the one that's holding everything together. But if your partner packs differently, plans differently, or parents differently in certain situations, ask yourself, is this actually harmful or just different than how I would do it? And that question alone can reduce so much conflict. And six, recognize grief and disappointment underneath irritability. This is huge. Sometimes parents are grieving the summer they imagine they would have. Maybe finances are tighter, maybe work schedules are harder, maybe someone's already burned out, and maybe the kids are fighting nonstop. Maybe vacation wasn't relaxing like you thought it would be. And disappointment often comes out sideways as criticism or conflict. And sometimes couples need to stop and say, this season is harder than I expected. And that honestly creates connection instead of blame. And finally, give yourselves permission for an imperfect summer. Some days will feel beautiful, some days will feel chaotic, some days everyone will be cranky, and some days you'll feel connected. Some days you'll wonder why everyone is fighting over snacks and towels and sunscreen. And that does not mean you're doing something wrong. It means you're a family living real life together. And honestly, some of the most meaningful memories come from imperfect moments anyways. So if your relationship feels more strained during summer break, I really want you to know you're not alone. Your stress completely makes sense. And this season does not define your relationship. Sometimes couples simply need more realistic expectations, more communication, more flexibility, and a little less pressure to make every moment magical. And if part of what's happening this summer is that you're feeling emotionally overwhelmed, unseen, or disconnected from your partner, I want you to watch the next video because I think it connects really deeply to what we talked about today. And if you're looking for support, I'm Catherine O'Brien, licensed marriage and family therapist in Sacramento, California, and I offer couples therapy virtually and throughout California and in person in Sacramento. I'll put my consult link below, and remember, your family does not need a perfect summer to have a meaningful one. So be gentle with yourself and with each other, and I'll see you next time.